Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of SK Diecast Talks. In this episode, we're going to talk about this beautiful classic model replicas, or CMR in short, model that I have right in front of me. And this is something that I've been wanting for quite some time. I have this car in 1:43 scale, and I have a few of the Hot Wheels versions of this. But this particular livery, it was something that I was looking for a very long time. So, without further ado, let's take a look at what car this is. And there you go. It's a beautiful Porsche 917K. This particular version is the 1971 Lemans winner. So you can see that it's got the Martini Racing livery, and this is the livery I was talking about. I've been after this for quite some time. Very, very happy that I found this model. So as usual, let's take a quick look at the box. Like all other CMR models, I think the box is very cleanly made. You can see that the windows are very, very neat and transparent, no folds whatsoever. There's a very nice plastic frame inside which helps in the display of the car. And the CMR logo bottom right, the CMR logo as a backdrop within the box. So it's very neatly made. I have a lot of respect for this company. I also own a couple of other CMR models, and which is why I grabbed this car the moment I saw it. A quick look at the other sides. So the rear has a few skid marks over there that's there with the logo. And the bottom has just a couple of warnings with the CMR address, etc. So nothing very fancy on the box, no information of value right there. But this car is something that I've been really looking forward to. So I'm going to quickly unbox this car and see you in a couple of minutes. Alright, so I've unboxed the car. It's right there in front of us. It looks really beautiful. So I'm going to talk about this car even before I take a little closer look at the model itself. Unlike the Bugatti EB110 that you see in the background, which was very ill-fated, this car has a very rich and illustrious history. So we'll talk about how this particular team came into being and what it was. So in the late 1960s, if you actually looked at it, Porsche used to enter a lot of these competitive events across the world. And unfortunately, the factory team did not have the bandwidth. So what they did is they set up some external semi-factory teams to share the entire workload. So in 1969, the Porsche Salzburg team became such an de facto second works team. So this was actually rumored to have a very high level of participation from the Porsche family themselves because they were very keen on the performance of this 917 models. So in 1970, this particular team was purchased by Gregorio Rossi, who's the owner of the Martin and Rossi company that you see here. These guys were makers of a very nice wine, and in fact, till today, they make really fine wine. And then this team was actually rebranded into a Martini Racing Team, as you see here on one of the fins. Now, the car itself, did a lot of firsts in that time. For example, this was Porsche's first flat 12 engine, which was actually a combination of two flat 6 engines. And in fact, this was the first 12-cylinder engine that was made by Porsche. And it was a 4.5-liter air-cooled engine. The car itself was built on a magnesium frame, which made it very light. And I think the speeds were approximately about 0 to 100 kilometers in about 2.3 seconds and 0 to 200 in about 5.3 seconds. So this car also broke a lot of records in 1971. Apart from being the winner of that particular year of Le Mans, this car also set the fastest qualifying lap. It set the fastest in-race lap. It held the record for the highest top speed. And it also held the record for the longest distance covered in Le Mans. In fact, this record was held by the 917 almost till 2010 when it was broken by Audi. So this car, an interesting tidbit was that it also featured in the 1971 Steve McQueen film called Lemans. And in 2017, the car that was featured in the movie, which was driven by McQueen in the movie, was sold for a whooping $14 million. So that's the history of the car. As far as the model is concerned, I think it's really beautifully made. CMR has done it really well. It's a sealed body model. The front wheels are possible, so the front wheels do turn, but they do not roll much. It just rolls a little, and it's not very smooth rolling. And of course, I'm not going to end up rolling this car, so I'm obviously going to display it with my other models. So taking a close look, since it's a sealed body, there are not much of panel gaps anywhere. I think it has been neatly made. One of the advantages of sealed body models, if you see models with opening parts, there tend to be quite a lot of gaps in such seams, so which isn't there on this. So you can see let's take a look at the front portion. So you can see the headlights are very nicely made. It's got a very nice transparent glass. In fact, all the glass parts of this car are very nicely made by CMR. The transparency is so nice, unlike some of the other brands like your KK scale and all of them, where the windows are a little foggy, the glass parts are a little foggy. This one is made of very high quality, looks very good. The base is not very detailed, but that's okay because the rest of the car compensates for it. You can see the treads, very nicely made Firestone tires. The wheels are absolutely similar to the original. And I think overall, the model itself is very well made. You can see the Martini branding, the Martini livery over here on the front fenders and on the rear. Shell was a major sponsor of this car, so you can see quite a lot of Shell branding over here on the fins, and I think on the front bumpers, you can see the Shell branding also over here. So also a lot of other sponsors like Bosch, Firestone, Bilstein, all these guys. So this car was driven by two drivers. So you can see their names over here. So these two drivers were actually Helmut Marko and Jigs van Lennep. So that's the names that you see over here. The Porsche logo right here on the car. The fuel lid. Looks very neat, car number 22. The rear is also pretty nicely made. You can see the exhausts over here. You can see a spare tire that's there in the rear. Though it beats me, I don't know why they had to have a spare tire in a Lemans car. I'm not very sure about that. I'm sure that this was just done for aesthetics. I'm pretty sure that Lemans car didn't carry a spare wheel. I'm not very sure about that fact though. The tail lights, all of them are very neatly made. So overall, I think I would definitely rate this car at about 9 out of 10 because of the clean and clear finish that is there on this particular model. It's definitely going to be holding a place of pride in my 1:18 display. And last but not the least, I would like to thank Beantown, which is my model collection club based out of Bangalore, for giving us a coupon. They gave a coupon of $2,500 to all the members of the club, and which was very effectively utilized by me to buy this car. So a big shout out to those guys. Thank you so much, Beantown. Really appreciate this fact and really happy to own this car. So that's it for this episode. I request you to kindly like and subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified of the upcoming videos. So that's it for now, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.